The questions will come up on the screen here behind you. And we're going to move to introductions from the candidates. This is a brief introduction from them, for them to say something about themselves for a minute or so and what they might do for Amble in as succinct a manner as possible. We've got about 15 minutes. We've got 6 candidates. Somebody can do the maths for that, just to see. So if candidates go on too long, I'll try and interrupt them so that we can get to hear from everyone. We're going to work from my right, your left, across, and at the end of each of them, I will read the 2 statements that we've got from the candidates who aren't here tonight. So, Alexander, thank you.
Thank you. Again, thanks all for being here. Yeah, okay. Hello. Hello. Thank you all for being here. I'm Alex, the Lib Dem candidate for Amble West with Warkworth. I feel that we need change in this ward, but change that actually delivers. And I feel that me as a Lib Dem, as well as our Lib Dem colleagues across the county, can actually deliver this. I have a deep connection with this ward. My dad went to school in this ward when he was really young. My aunt and uncle still live in Warkworth. Us Liberal Democrats have always been famous for our community politics, putting the community first. This is something that we very much focus on, and we do not neglect local issues or dismiss things like repairing church roofs as irrelevant, as the Conservative leader recently suggested. As some young people here may know, I stood for Youth Parliament several years ago, and I've also been on the Youth Council working on mental health issues recently. Locally in Northumberland, we face a Conservative council which many have criticised, as well as a Labour government nationally, which many feel have not delivered. We can demand better, and that's what me and the Liberal Democrats across the county, and especially here in Amble West are offering. We can fix our roads, our parking issues, and fill in our potholes. We can build the homes that we need for young people. But you do that by working with local people rather than imposing things on them, and by holding developers to account for the promises they made when those planning applications were made. We can preserve the environment, and as Liberal Democrats across the country have been doing, stop water companies from pumping sewage into our rivers, and we can also fight climate change and improve local bus services, which are especially important in areas such as these.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll try and move it along. I'm sorry if I do interrupt you, but we just want to be able to get to everyone. Thank you, Alex.
Anne Burke, I'm the independent candidate for Amble West with Warkworth. Lived in Warkworth all my life, was in business in Amble for 30 years, was very involved locally with developments in Amble, the Harbour Village and the Shore Base and all the community developments that were done there. Always been interested in local community work. My parents were in business and Warkworth all their lives, and my family, long generations of family in Warkworth. It comes naturally to me to want to improve the area and the environment and everything that goes with it. It's very important that we look after young children, and I just think the area needs looked after for the area as opposed to nationally. We're not standing for national government, we're standing for Amble West and Warkworth, and do our best for Amble West and Warkworth. And that's what I would be trying to do. There's loads of things that need done. We talk about potholes, but there's lots of things need done in Amble West and Warkworth. And I would be here to do it for the people, for the children, and the right thing for Amble West with Warkworth.
Hello, I'm Ivor, Green Party candidate for Amble West and Warkworth as well. Nice to see you all here, lots of familiar faces. You know what the Green Party stands for, so it goes without saying that all the environmental issues are high on our priority. We also, me personally, I really appreciate living in this fantastic area, but there are holes that need, more than just potholes, holes that need filling, and things that happen at county council level, which need addressing, which I'm sure we'll get to when we answer questions. And I'm going to leave it at that and pass to Amy.
Yeah, so I am Amy Spriggs and I'm the Labour candidate for the Amble West Warkworth area. Just a little bit about me is work over at Hudson House, which is a community-based offering support and services to the community around Hudson, right up to Warkworth and straight up to Utham. So I work with senior members and I also work at the youth service, so I see quite a lot of what's needed for young people. As well as senior members with loneliness, trying to think off the top of my head, sorry. And I also do AIM North East as well, so I support 16 to 24-year-olds find employment. I think it's really important in this area that there is job opportunities for young people, and also some of the priorities would be antisocial behaviour. I know there's been a lot recently with antisocial behaviour. Housing, road safety, and that's my little briefing, so I'll pass over to Jeff.
I don't think I need a microphone. I've got a loud enough voice. I was born in Washington. I was a miner's son. I lived in a council house till I was 20. I didn't go to university. I worked my way through business and it was fairly successful. And then I came to Warkworth and lived in Warkworth, Amble and Acton over the last 30 years. I had a business, and then from my sins I became a councillor 25 years ago, and since in the last 12 years or so I've been involved with county council, and I'm also a cabinet member responsible for things like our libraries, our leisure centres, our museums and our theatres, and I'm continuing to do that. I think this election is not about individuals, it's not about parties, it's about who will do the best for you, for Northumberland. Our job as a ward councillor is to represent our ward, but also look after our beautiful county for Northumberland. And I intend to continue to do that to the best of my ability. I've done lots of things in Amble. Most of you around here would know them. I've chaired the youth project, for example, for years. I was chairman of the parish council. I was on the development trust. I'm a harbour commissioner. I was president of the British Legion, and so on. So I'm very much committed to this town and its areas, and I hope you will support me in the election. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Just to explain the difference, there are two wards in Amble, just a quick map up here. So the first candidates here were from Amble West with Warkworth, and the other candidates are for a different ward in Amble, just so you can understand that there are two separate wards, so you'll be electing two different councillors for Amble.
Hello. Oh, it does work. Evening. Thank you for coming. I'm Jenny. I'm the candidate for Amble West Amble for the Conservative Party. I hate public speaking, so do apologise if I make a mistake. I'm a recent resident to Amble. I chose to make this place my home as my daughter's moved up here. She's training to be a doctor and is going to stay locally. The most important thing I'd like you all to consider is at local elections it really is about having a really well-run council that can deliver services, that can make sure investment is coming into our local communities and do their very best to control the planning that is being forced on us with the new national targets that we expect to see shortly. That's really all I've got to say at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you. So we've got two statements that I'll read out for the candidates who couldn't be here. The first one is from Terry Clark, and I'm only reading exactly what they've written and I'm trying to read it dispassionately. They might give a better speech and better oratory, but that's not my role. I would be honoured to represent the new ward of Amble and Hawksley, having served 8 years representing Amble, Hawksley and North Broom Hill, working alongside town and parish councillors and Labour colleagues at County Hall. We have accomplished much, yet there is more work ahead. We have a new car park on Turner Street, a new high school is starting to be built, King Edwin Barndale has been modernised, there are new social bungalows being built from converted garages. My commitment remains to advocate for the best possible educational facilities for our children, ensuring their needs and rights are prioritised. Northumberland Labour will ensure everyone has access to local schools and SEND provisions in their communities. Immediate action to repair and construct good quality affordable housing, improving council housing for local people. A council that is open and transparent and more accountable, giving pride in our communities, tidying up areas, fighting crime and antisocial behaviour. We will put Northumberland first. A county council can only run on the back of those who care and love the area and work to provide for the community. When you make your choice on the 1st of May, even if you choose not to elect me, I hope this phrase stays with you. Elect those who hope to serve the community and only the community. I can promise you we have the energy and passion and plans for Northumberland. We will operate with openness within the areas, listening to local people and putting them at the heart of decision making. Senior politicians will be accessible to local people through local community partnerships to discuss issues and actions. We will restore faith in County Hall being an open and transparent council. Politics isn't a game, politics is a choice. Politics is planning to represent our communities with the best possible representation. Bonded together with a Labour Council, we can achieve more. Terry Clark, Labour and Cooperative Party. Final statement is from R.T. Hume. I am proud to announce that I am standing as the Reform candidate for Amble in the upcoming May 1st election, alongside me and my colleague Pauline Davison, Amble West. We are a strong, determined team, ready to fight for real change. Amble deserves leaders who will act, listen and deliver. When I was in my teens, you could walk down Queen Street and buy anything that was needed to set up house, anything at all. There were family grocers who delivered to the door. There were tradesmen who could supply and repair all white goods. Men could buy your fashion from Charlie Robson. There was a gift shop for tourists. There was even an antique shop for those that remember it. It was Buckley's, a family-owned concern. You could buy a new car from Semple's, the old co-op. We have lost many family-run businesses and in turn lots of local jobs. My main concern is how can young people in our town get a chance to get on the housing ladder? I believe the young people in Amble have been neglected for decades, resulting in the current situation where they either cannot buy a home or are in debt for the next 35 years. This is not acceptable by anyone's standard. Over the years, I have posted on the fantastic Amble in Old Photos on Facebook. I urge you to take a look at the site if you have not done so already, and then see what we have lost. Get a tissue ready because you will weep. My aim, together with other Reform colleagues, is to gain control of Northumberland Council and help the people of our towns by reducing the debt. Currently, interest alone is £85,000 per day. Spend the money carefully and effectively, targeted at each town specifically for its needs. We must cancel the vanity projects that waste taxpayers' hard-earned money. The time for talking is over, it's time for reform. One of the greatest things about Britain is our freedom of speech and the ability to share ideas. We must protect this at all costs. Debate, discussion and action are the foundation of a strong democracy. Okay. We'll come on to the questions now, and we're trying